The story of Ryan Waller and his girlfriend, Heather Quan, is probably one of the strangest you will listen to, because not everything was as it first seemed, which may be why police interrogated Ryan for 6 hours while he had a bullet lodged in his brain.
Discretion is advised. This is 10-Minute Murder.
Welcome to 10-Minute Murder, brief and bingeable true crime. I'm Joe, the host, and thank you for joining today. If you've never listened before, that's great. I hope you enjoy it, but just know that things are a little bit different here. I try to keep the episodes as close as possible to 10 minutes, but still include all the important parts of the story. This won't be some over-dramatic telling of the case meant to scare you, and I'm not going to put on some creepy voice. Unless you think how I sound now is creepy, then in that case, rude. There's nothing I can do about that. If you're an OG listener, hi, welcome back. BTW, the 10-Minute Murder merch shop is going well. Lots of stickers and shirts have been ordered and on the way. Should be arriving to you, if not already there, super soon. You should have it in your hands. And if you don't mind, if you ordered something from the merch store and you post about it on social media, please tag me so that I can see it. I'll share your post if I'm able to do that. Subscribe, connect on social media, share the podcast with your friends. Now let's get to today's story. On December 25th, 2006, police were sent to perform a welfare check on Ryan after his father had requested the check when Ryan didn't show up for Christmas dinner. When they arrived, police discovered a puzzling scene. A woman lay dead with a gunshot wound to the head. Ryan was alive, but he appeared to have gotten into some serious altercation with someone and had a severe black eye that was swollen completely shut. Ryan was placed into a patrol car while the scene was assessed before he was brought to the police station for questioning. Before he was questioned, police reportedly took 43 pictures of his injuries.
You know why you're down here, Ryan? You have no idea why you're down here?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I don't know what happened, okay? So I'm going to read you something to make sure you understand your rights, okay? Ever seen a TV show Cops or CSI or anything like that?
Okay.
You ever seen that?
No.
You've never seen any kind of cop show? Lawyer show? Any kind of show?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used in these rights.
Yes.
What's the highest grade you went through school?
I don't know.
Did you graduate?
Yeah.
Do you have a GED?
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know. I just want to go home.
Oh, you're not going to go home.
Ryan Waller wasn't making much sense during his interrogation. He repeatedly asked the detective if he could go home and sleep, and his answers to most of the detective's questions were completely nonsensical. At one point, he mentions a man named Richie and his father. Ryan initially says that they had bow and arrows, but then changes that to the men having 2 revolvers. Ryan then tells the detective that he was shot in the eye with a revolver. The detective doesn't really try to hide his disbelief, assuring Ryan that he wouldn't be sitting across from him right now if he in fact was shot in the eye.
You know a girl named Heather?
Mm-hmm.
You know Heather's last name?
Mm-hmm.
What is Heather's last name?
The one that lives there right now? I don't know which name she's trying to use as her last one.
What happened to your face?
I don't know.
Do you know what happened in your house last night?
Mm-mm.
Is that house yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yours or your parents'?
Mine.
You bought that house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a dead girl in your living room.
She's dead?
Yes. I want to know what happened in your house last night.
The girl on the couch is dead?
I don't know if she's on the couch. She's dead.
Well, these people came over, Richie and his dad, with shoot and arrow, bow and darts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They hit me and her with those. That's it. And Heather wasn't there. And Eric wasn't there. It was just me and Heather. What was there? Richie and his dad tried to break in through the back.
Richie and his dad?
Mm-hmm.
Who's Richie?
I don't know.
Well, you obviously know him. You know his name by Richie.
He used to live there.
Was he a roommate of yours?
He used to be.
They hit you.
Yes.
Why?
Because they're trying to get their stuff. I don't know why.
And they had some kind of bow and arrows?
Mm-hmm. They each had 2 revolvers and they didn't let off any shells.
Okay, you just said they had bow and arrows. Now they have revolvers?
That's what I meant. They had revolvers.
They have revolvers?
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then they shot us with those.
They shot both of you?
Yeah.
Where'd they shoot you at?
I got shot in the eye.
You got shot in the eye
I think so.
with a revolver.
I think. I don't know, man. I don't know. Fuck.
Did you shoot Heather?
Mm-mm.
Ryan, why don't you tell me what really happened there? Because I don't believe.
I really don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know. I can tell you anything, I swear.
Well, I want you to tell me the truth. That's all I want from
Richie
you.
and his dad came there. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why, but they put me in sleeping hold. And, like, they put me in sleeping hold with the arrows and shit. Like, I lived through that crap.
You're all over the board here, number one. You're saying bows and arrows, you're saying revolvers, and you're saying some other thing. And you're saying they shot you in the eye. Okay? They shot you with a revolver in your eye.
Yes. And that's
Is it a BB gun?
No, it was a real gun, man. It was just a
If
revolver.
they shot you in the eye with a revolver, you wouldn't be talking to me right now.
How do you know?
It was most likely you be dead.
That's what I thought too, man. I really don't know.
Okay?
Alright, but what happened, man? What do I gotta do? Just tell me what I gotta do.
Get your feet off my chairs, number one. Number two, what happened to Heather?
As the interrogation closes in on 6 hours, the detective decides to take a closer look at Ryan and his injuries. He then abruptly leaves the room and quickly returns with a whole new demeanor, now showing a completely different level of concern for Ryan.
Hey, Ryan?
Yes?
I got the fire department coming to take a look at it. They're going to probably take you to the hospital.
You taking me to the hospital?
Yeah, we're going to take you to the hospital.
Why?
Well, if you've seen your face and the way you're doing things, it doesn't make sense right now, okay? We're just going to make sure you're okay.
I just want to go back to bed, man.
Well, that's the problem. If you have some kind of head injury, you shouldn't be sleeping, okay? Hey, guys. Captain, you're not going to believe this one.
I can't believe it either.
You're right. I've already heard the story. I can't believe it. This is just my observations that this might be an entrance, this might be an exit, this might be into his eye. And he's acting like he has a serious head injury, which would make sense.
Where are we going?
We're going to go to the hospital, get checked out, bro. Look like you got shot right in the face.
Suddenly, a whole new picture had been painted. Ryan Waller had, in fact, been shot in the face. Further investigation would uncover the following. On December 23, 2006, Ryan Waller and his girlfriend Heather Quan were spending the night at home. At some stage in the evening, someone knocked at the door. Ryan cracked it open just a little bit, and before he knew it, he had a gun pointed at him. He tried to stop the intruder from getting inside by pushing against the door, but he was shot in the face while doing so. With Ryan now out of the way, the two men could access the apartment. Just to be sure Ryan wouldn't cause any more problems, they shot him again before aiming around at Heather and shooting her in the head. They then grabbed some weapons and a computer before quickly getting out of the house. Despite having a serious brain injury, Ryan had been able to identify these intruders. They had in fact been Richie Carver and his father, Larry. Ryan knew Richie because the two used to be roommates. After Ryan was transported to the hospital, he was rushed straight into surgery. He lost both of his eyes and a portion of his brain, which left him to suffer from debilitating seizures for the rest of his life. Doctors were able to confirm that he had been shot in the head twice. Richie and Larry were arrested a short while later, and in June 2008, Richie was convicted of felony murder, burglary, aggravated assault, and misconduct involving weapons. He was given a lifetime supply of prison. It initially looked like Larry was going to get away with his part, since the biggest piece of evidence against him was a confession he gave his wife, which she later withdrew using her right of marital privilege. Heather's family fought to have this changed and appealed to Arizona legislatures to implement Heather's Law, which would revoke the marital privilege law. Larry ended up being convicted in November 2011 of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, burglary, and aggravated assault. Despite surviving the near impossible, Ryan's life would never return to anywhere near where it was before. In 2016, Ryan Waller passed away from a seizure at the age of 28 years old. That's today's 10-Minute Murder. Brief, bingeable true crime. Thank you for joining today, and if today was your first time listening to 10-Minute Murder, please take a moment to look at where you are listening right now. There will be a subscribe button there. Maybe it says follow or connect or something like that. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, there's a plus button at the top right-hand corner. You can push that button, and it'll ensure that you don't miss any future episodes of 10-Minute Murder. When you become a subscriber, you're automatically in the Cool Kids Club. And by that, I mean you don't miss episodes. Given that you open the app. I mean, you have to open, it doesn't, like, it's not osmosis. You're not going to absorb the episodes. You have to actually do the work and open the app, and then it'll take it from there, usually. Most of the time. I don't know how it works. I'm not that smart. It's basically magic to me. In the show notes of this episode, you're going to find a handful of links, and those are for connecting with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all the places that you can think of that you could connect with me. You can do that with one of the links in the show notes. You can also go to the 10-Minute Murder merch store, the merchandise store, pick up a t-shirt, a sticker, all kinds of different things. Not all this stuff has 10-Minute Murder logos on it. Some of it has 10-Minute Murder logos, some of it doesn't. So if you hate the show, then still I got stuff for you. No big deal. If you hate the show, I don't know why you're listening to me at this point. But I'm glad you are. I mean, if you hate me and you're listening now, hi. I'm super weirded out by the fact that you're listening, but that's cool too. No judgment. Thank you for listening. Be safe and have a good night.